Okay, I'm Keith Bessette. We the people just celebrated Independence Day despite the government trying to cancel it by closing the beaches and not shooting fireworks. What do Americans do when the government doesn't do it? They do it themselves. I watched the fireworks from the Stuart waterfront. It was the best I've ever seen. You know why? Because the government didn't do it, the people did it. We put on a spectacular, decentralized show, went from horizon to horizon for hours. It's amazing what Americans accomplish when the government leaves us alone. We prove we don't need the government to celebrate independence. It's the opposite. The people did a better show with no taxpayer money. It was a stunning display of what it means to be American. Independence Day applies to masks, too. Your decision about masks should be on principle. Our founders threw off the king because they wanted to make their own decisions on how to live their lives, not to be ruled. Why do we establish government? To protect individual liberty and rights, not to infringe on them. I'd like you to discuss a concept before you vote on mask orders. Business owners don't want to kill their customers. The citizens don't want to die. Americans determine reasonable precautions for themselves. Blanket orders from authority never make the right decision for everybody in every situation. That's why the Soviet Union failed. In the end, the mask enforcement on businesses and the public will be up to the police and sheriffs. I ask that they act as peace officers protecting liberty, not as enforcement thugs following orders. You can make a recommendation if you want, but don't issue an order that claims that you believe that the public is too stupid to figure out what to do for themselves. Orders from government always have a gun behind them. Why don't you bring the gun to my maskless face and make me put a mask on? With the order, you're the one behind the gun in the end. Even if it's a fine, what if you don't pay the fine? For citizens, the proper action against overreaching government starts with peaceful noncompliance. I ask that everyone ignore all mask orders, consider recommendations, and do what they decide for themselves for their situation. That's what being American means. Liberty, personal responsibility, and self-governance, not submission. Would Patrick Henry wear a mask under your order? George Washington would bring a cannon to a mask demonstration, not a sign. If you order me to wear a mask, I'm going to declare independence. And I ask everyone else to decide for themselves what to do. Wear masks are appropriate for themselves and their business. You are not our doctor. You are not our mother. It's not the job we hired you to do. Vote on principle, please.